So when your YouTube channel grows to a certain size, companies start to approach you with business opportunities. Now, most of these opportunities are just straight up bad deals. They're either scams, ripoffs where you're asked to make a 3-minute video for $20 of free product, flakes, or clearly spam emails mass promoting some e-commerce website. But every now and then, a very enticing offer drops in your inbox, such as an email from a toy company I received the other month. Now, I've actually never taken a sponsorship on this channel. I've always been thoughtful about promoting relevant things to my audience. So when a very well-known toy company came knocking, well, I was intrigued. If you're familiar with the 80s space, you might have heard of this company, which I won't name for privacy reasons. But when they emailed me, I was like, free stuff? Free money? Sign me up. Tell me what the deal is. So I had a nice back and forth with this company. They said, hey, you up? I said, yeah, I'm up. They said, hey, send your socials. And I did. I sent like a list of all of my socials. And they're like, great, okay, we can send you like one of these toys and then you can give a shout out and you can do some sponsored links and stuff and it'll be really fun. So I thought, okay, cool, that sounds awesome. But very quickly, as the nitty-gritty of this deal was proposed, I realized that it was not a good deal for me and not a good deal for my audience. Like, essentially, they wanted a shout-out on everything. YouTube, my Twitter accounts, my TikTok, my Facebook, my Instagram, all for the amazing sum of, drumroll, a free product. That's right, that's all they offered, a free product. And half the reason I wanted to make this video is to alert other creators that you have to know your price, right? And I am not blasting marketing messages to all of my friends and all of my followers on everything in exchange for something that would have cost the company probably 30 or 40 bucks. I mean, it retails from like 100 to 130 bucks, which is cool, I guess, but it's not worth the price. Like, I could just go out and buy it myself. And yes, there was the chance to like have an affiliate code and get like 10% commission. But even then, even if I sold like, you know, thousands of bucks worth of toys, right? I'd still only make a couple $100 while inundating my followers with all of these promotional messages. So it just didn't really seem like a good deal for me. So yeah, getting a sponsor would have been a nice flex. It's nice to show your friends, hey, I'm getting paid. Hey, I get to promote some cool products. But there was one detail that kind of freaked me out and made me back out of the deal. Besides from the fact that I didn't feel like I would get a lot of compensation for my first ever sponsorship. They sent me a contract and there was a lot of legalese that I didn't understand in this long contract, all for one free toy. And I'm just like, do I really want this foreign company to know my home address and potentially make me have to pay out of pocket for this toy that they're sending for free if they're not satisfied with the quality of the shout out? Like, it just didn't add up, okay? Now, I'm almost certain this was legitimately the company. I mean, other furries have tweeted about being approached by this company, and some furries have taken up this sponsor, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just for me, for my first ever sponsorship, I want it to be something like more special. The whole reason why I wanted to make this video is you're allowed to say no as a creator. Some opportunities sound impressive on paper, but you have to make sure that you're actually getting your worth out of it. And for me, it just felt like too much effort to basically help this company make money for free while I get a free like toy. It just felt like scraps, you know? And I think this deal could work for a lot of people, but I'm not so desperate for free stuff. If you want to support me, there are ways to directly support me. There's my Patreon, there's my Uwu site. But once I reflected on whether or not this was good for me, I had to make the Shark Tank move and say, I'm out. End of the day, while sponsorships with companies are nice, shiny things, this one didn't really work out for me. And I just wanted to share my experience to let younger creators know that you don't have to jump at everything just because it seems like something free. Sometimes these companies want you to make their money for them and kind of give you scraps in return. I'm not saying that this was necessarily the deal. It's just there are countless examples of influencers being put in kind of predatory agreements, whether that's through management, you know, TikTok influencers who have to give half to a management company that gives them opportunities for collabs. The multi-channel network thing on YouTube has always been sus, and there's just a whole bunch of other cases of folks kind of being ripped off when, if they just ask for fan support themselves, they probably have a better deal than going with one of these companies. So yeah, just advice to younger creators, just be aware of what works for you. And even if it's a shiny thing, you don't always have to go through it. You can always ask for more info, say you will think about it, but ultimately it's up to you to make the decision whether you want to follow through with it or not. So yeah, that was today's video. Just a quick one. I've got actually a couple of videos in the works, much longer ones. But yeah, that's it. And thanks so much for watching. Shout out to my super secret patrons. My name is Hyena, and I will catch you next time. Yay! Hi, Hyena here. I'm putting it at the end of the video now.